The family was happily taking a group photo, but the adopted black boy sat alone in the corner, feeling isolated. "Come here, let's take a family photo together," the woman called out to him from across the room. Under the hesitant gazes of the family, the boy, clutching the hem of his shirt, slowly stood up. At 16, this was the first time he stood under warm light. The 2-meter-tall young man, who had been passed through over a dozen foster homes, finally found what it felt like to be home, and the sound of the camera shutter. On the night they first met, the boy, thinly dressed, was making his way toward the gym, hoping it might be warmer there. The woman caught up with him and invited him into the car to go home with her. He slept on a comfortable sofa that night. But by the next morning, the blanket on the sofa was neatly folded, and the boy had quietly left. She went after him again, this time inviting him to join them for Thanksgiving. At the dinner table, the boy only dared to scoop half a spoonful of fried rice. It wasn't until the woman turned off the TV and gathered everyone's hands together that he felt more at ease. His sister reached out and held his hand. As they prayed, he blinked, his eyelashes trembling. That night, the woman pointed to the room with the big bed. "It's yours now," she said. The shock in the boy's eyes brought tears to hers. A bold thought formed in her heart. The next morning, she asked, "Do you want to be part of this family?" He looked up, smiling, and said, "I've felt that way all along." When the adoption paperwork was finalized, sunlight poured over his new ID card as he ran his fingers over it. Repeatedly, the rich women in town gossiped about her adopting a 300-pound troublemaker and even hinted he might hurt her daughter. But the daughter had seen the boy's gentle side when he pushed the little girl on the swing, and she even invited him to study together to defend him from the rumors. In a school psychological test, this boy, who had the lowest grades, scored first in the entire school for protective instincts. He would do anything to protect those he cared about. The day of the car accident, the younger brother was unharmed. The police said it was as if something had blocked the airbags. The woman rushed toward the black boy, only to realize his arm was mangled. "I couldn't let him get hurt." The boy's voice trembled as he admitted he had shielded the airbags with his own body. Later, thanks to his incredible strength of over 300 pounds, he was recommended to the football team. But when he played, he often stared at the balloons in the sky, either charging toward his opponent or standing still after knocking them down. The woman's son picked up the seasoning jars and said, "Teammates are family. Anyone charging in is just trying to hurt my brother." Instantly, the big guy who used to carry opponents on his back became a human tank, charging and intercepting without hesitation. On the field, the opposing players not only insulted him with racial slurs but also pushed him to the ground and kicked his helmet. The coach ran over to argue with the referee, but the referee only gave a yellow card warning. Furious, the coach shouted, "He's my player." The black boy held the coach back. "Let me handle it." When he returned to the field, he truly felt that this team was his family. He stood like an immovable wall, protecting his teammates and turning the game around again and again. When the final whistle blew, the whole team piled on top of him in celebration. At the awards ceremony, his smile brighter than the sunshine. Later, when top universities offered him scholarships, the boy chose the one his family graduated from, because it's the direction of home.